What is up, everybody? On this chilly morning where we finally got snow in Colorado, we're going to be working on that dirty 30, and we are going to be checking out how bad the transmission is on this 300,000 mile unit. All that in today's episode. My name is Ryan. This is Project Race Car. Let's get into it. So on average, they recommend changing the transmission fluid around every 100,000 miles. It lasts for a while, but I don't know when the last time that this one has been changed. And since it has almost 300,000 miles on it, I think that it'd be a good idea to change the fluid before I head out to Texas. We have the two jack stands on the frame, and then we have the actual jack just in there as a fail-safe. So I made sure to rinse this out just so that we had a clean base to work with. So there's just a tiny bit of water left over. So we're gonna throw this under the pan, under the transmission. This thing is pretty gnarly, so I'm hoping that it doesn't look too terrible in there. So what I'm gonna have to do is try to find, I'm gonna find the drain plug and see what kind of actual size it is. I don't actually know. I'm gonna guess that it's like a 15 or 17, similar to the oil pan. So we'll get back to you on that. So actually looking under here, it's pretty rough. You can for sure tell that she's been leaking from one of the two drain plugs. So if you see, here's one of them. This is where we're actually going to drain it. And then the fill plug is that one right there. So they're both 17 millimeter. So I am going to get a socket so that I can drain those. Like I said, again, it should be done around every 100,000 miles. You can push it off, but sometimes it's just nice to do it. It's not that expensive. Very easy to do. So if you can, go ahead and do a transmission flush. It'll be well worth it. There we go. Jesus Louises. Whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Okay. Oh. Ooh. Nice. Not too much fluid, so that's good. Okay, we're gonna let this drain, and then we're gonna take a peek at this. And I'm also gonna wash my hand. Okay, so as you guys can maybe see, can you see that? Let's try it. So if you guys can see this, ooh, that's the stuff. Nice. So gear oil is a little bit different, and the transmission works a little bit different than the actual engine oil. So this for sure has sparkles in it, and it for sure is not the cleanest, but it doesn't look horrible. It's still kind of red. It for sure needed to be changed, so this is always good. But yeah, nice. It's all here. It's nice and pretty. There's no chunks, so that's always good. But transmissions function a little bit different than the pistons do, so it's fine if there's a little bit of metal in here. So, but yeah, not too bad. And this is the original transmission from the factory. It has matching VIN number, so it's the original transmission. But for 300,000 miles, it doesn't look too horrible. Let's take a look underneath the car, see if we can clean the transmission up a bit, get some degreaser down there, so then we can actually put it back together. So again, this thing is in some pretty rough conditions. Kind of crazy that this transmission has 300,000 miles on it. So we're gonna try to clean all this up, see what we can actually do. Yeah, so that it doesn't look so gross. So here's what we also like to see, that the magnetic drain plug is doing its job. Come on, focus. Look at all those metal sparks. Yeah. So it is doing its job. We're gonna wipe it down and throw it back in. So just for reference, I cleaned the plug off, so it was all metal, it was doing its job. But we are gonna slap this bad boy back in, make sure it's good and tight in there, and then we'll pull off the side plug. But the actual gears of the transmission look pretty healthy, so the E30 is looking good. So, like I said, up here is the filler cap. It's going to be the same size as the bottom. And then what we're going to do is we're going to grab our fluid and pump some new fluid in. So I saw on the forums that a lot of people are using the MT90, and then they're using a 75W90 on the for the actual thing. But I just got Redline. Hopefully it should be okay. That's what I read on the forums. So what we're gonna do, we should only need one of these things, and I also got this one on Amazon, this little pickup tube. So we're gonna screw this on, and then we're gonna pump this into that side filler cap just until it's level and it starts coming out of there. So what's kind of crazy is that it's this like light pink color, if you will, going into like this dark red brown kind of color. So again, just very interesting, but it should be half of this thing. So we're just going to start pumping it in there until it comes out. And at the same time, we're going to be making sure that that bottom cap is screwed in enough so that it's not leaking out of there. So then we're just going to feed the line through that cap. You might be able to see it better through here. And just keep pumping until it starts coming out of that cap. And this is for every single transmission. It's just going to need to be filled until it starts coming out. I wanted to see if I could actually like catch any of the oil. You guys can just see how like almost, yeah, I'm not sure when the last time this was actually changed. I know that I know that changing transmission fluid isn't always like a fun thing to do, and people don't often change it. So if you haven't done it, go ahead and do it, because it's really easy and simple to change the oil, and it will save you a transmission. So I went ahead and filled the old one with the old transmission fluid, and it's right at, I think that they only put a quart in because it's really low. The transmission takes 1.2 quarts, so it wasn't fully filled last time, so I'm gonna put the rest in, but I thought that was interesting. So I was running like 0.2 quarts low on the transmission fluid. Unfortunately, transmission fluid and other fluids don't make a crazy difference in feel, but they do make a difference in longevity. So this is just going to be one of those things that is maintenance, and it's required for you to do. But again, peace of mind. I won't have a shop out in Texas, at least for a little bit. So we're going to find a garage so that we can work on the Dirty 30. But at least the transmission fluid is done for now. So I'm going to do a lap around the block to make sure that the transmission feels smooth and that everything is okay. Get the transmission fluid all cycled through. But it's super easy maintenance to do. I recommend that everybody do the transmission fluid when they can, because it's very good at preventative maintenance so that your transmission doesn't go bad. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and until next time, my name is Ryan. This is Project Race Car. Have an amazing day. Peace.